Good evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. So, tonight I am going to talk about what happens when the dealership goes out of business before you have the chance to get your vehicle title and registered. So, normally that dealership is supposed to submit your title work to the DMV on your behalf. Especially if there's a lien. It's very rare that they're going to give you guys the paperwork, but normally the dealership would do that on your behalf unless they submit the title work to a third party company such as mine. And then, the title work gets done and, processed through DMV as well. But unfortunately, sometimes the dealership goes out of business before your title work has been submitted or before your title work is completed at all. Okay. And unfortunately, this is something that a lot of the customers are not made aware of. You're trying to figure out what's going on with your transaction. And then, somewhere through the grapevine, you find out that the dealership is now out of business. So, what do you do? I am going to cover two important things you want to be mindful of if this is your situation, if this is your story. So, first, the question is going to be what type of documentation, if any, did you receive from that dealership? Did you get a purchase agreement? Did you receive a temp tag registration? What did you receive from the dealership? Did you get copies of anything? Okay, that's going to be a starting point. The more documents that you have, the better, because you do want to have something to submit to the DMV in the event the dealership did not submit the documentation to the DMV on your behalf, or maybe they hadn't gotten around to it before they went out of business. Okay, that's going to be the first thing. Okay, the next thing you want to do is immediately reach out to the dealer board in that jurisdiction or state in which the dealership has operated in. That's going to be very important. You go to that dealer board, you get what you need to get from the dealer board for proof that the dealership in question did in fact go out of business. Because when you go to the DMV will be asking for proof. They may have proof that the dealership went out of business, but they may not. The dealership may not have notified the DMV, or the dealer board may not have notified the DMV. So you want to take it upon yourself to get proof that that dealership went out of business. Okay, and you will take your necessary paperwork to the DMV, and the DMV will do what they can to help your situation accordingly. But again, going to that documentation, if you have any documents at all, that's going to be very important. Okay, very important. Hopefully, you have something. Okay, now a final piece to all of this is going to be if there is a lien on your vehicle. Okay, now that dealership in question, if there was a lien holder, they may not have reached out to that lien holder in question. So take it upon yourself to notify your lien holder. I know you guys may be, shaking your head, or this is something you may not want to do, but you want to reach out to that lien holder, explain to the lien holder that the dealership has gone out of business and you are trying to get the vehicle titled and registered. Okay, the lien holder needs to be in the loop. And if you don't reach out to the lien holder, they're going to come after you anyway, because the lien holder is going to be wondering where their title is. Why has the vehicle not been titled? Why haven't their lien been put on the title record? So take it upon yourself before you get notified by that lien holder, if possible, to inform them ahead of time if you can. Okay? And when that happens, the lien holder, they're still going to be anxious, they're still going to be antsy regarding that title, but they may be a little bit more lenient. Normally, lien holders get very antsy within 30 to 45 days if they have not received that notice that their lien has been put on that title. Okay, so time is of the essence, but keep them abreast of what's going on. Okay, so I want you guys to keep these pointers in mind In the event you find yourself in this situation, okay, the sooner the better. If you haven't heard from the dealership, if you're not sure what's going on before you find out that they have in fact went out of business, take it upon yourself to, be in touch with them maybe every couple of days or every couple of weeks just to see the status of the title work. But, again, keep these pointers in mind so that, once you go down this path, hopefully your vehicle can get titled and get title and register as quickly as possible. If you want to share your experience about this situation here, maybe you were left in a limbo regarding your title and registration. You didn't hear about the dealership status until later. You didn't know what to do. I do want to hear from you. Share your story, share your experience. Drop me a comment below or visit me at wisdomandauthority.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please click share and subscribe. I hope to hear from you soon.